Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rocky, here with Plus Trust, and our plus one today is Matt Mcghee, and we're gonna have a nice conversation about his musical journey and the music he has out now. So, my
Oh, okay, that's fine. I thought that was the intro. That's an intro.
Yeah,
Everything starts from now.
I'm showing love, don't it ain't no diss or nothing, don't even think that.
nice to see you, Matt, again.
Likewise.
We're here in Hill Prince in DC, just having a discussion. So first, before we jump into talking about your music, I want to talk a little bit about you. Tell us about your life pre the artist, maybe some of your inspiration into getting into music and how you started rapping.
Well, I started writing when I was about 8 years old. Just writing. Well, I wasn't like doing poetry. You know how people be like, yeah, I used to be a poet before I was a rapper. Like, I always like rapped.
Rapped.
Yeah, but my inspiration at that time was Bow Wow and my older cousin who passed away. He used to be a rapper too. So like seeing those two, like somebody that was that close to me and then also somebody that was that close to my age, like doing it made me want to just try it. So that's when I started, and then I just kept doing it kind of like as a hobby or whatever. And then when I got to be like 18 is when I really started to take it seriously. Then I started like doing shows and stuff around DC, just making my name that way. And yeah, just kept going with it. And then I was like, here we are.
What was the first moment? I'm sure there was many moments, but what was the first moment where you're like, I think I got something, like for real, like this could really be a career that I take seriously.
Okay, so there was a blog called DC to BC,
Okay.
ran by Modi, who he also started Trelectro.
Yep.
So he had a blog at the time, and I put out some mixtape or something when I was in high school, and they posted it, and I was like a really big deal for me at the time. So I remember, shit, I had my phone in school, and I seen it on my phone when I was in math class, and I almost dropped out right then, but it was like, no.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like the moment where I was like, damn, I'm like, maybe I'm like actually doing something like cool.
Yeah. Wow. Trelectra.
Yeah.
Did that still do the festival?
They haven't in a few years.
Well, COVID.
Yeah, COVID, and then also the one of the other founders of the festival passed away, so I know they probably like taking a break from that. But we would love for them to come back because I was like
Yeah.
a real like premier festival in DC. So
Yeah. So we're talking a little bit about DC. I mean, we're obviously in DC right now. Tell us a little bit about where you're from in the DMV area and how that's influenced some of the music that you made.
yeah, so I'm kind of like a nomad of the DMV area. Like I was born in PG County, and then I lived in Northwest for a while, and then my childhood home is in Northwest, like right off Georgia Avenue. I moved around to Montgomery County, Howard County, Baltimore County, like just all over the place. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the majority of the area, and my whole like family is from the area too. So I've been here like pretty much my whole life. I mean, until recently I moved away, but yeah, like the DMV is like pretty much like everything I've ever known. So everything that I've like experienced as far as like becoming a man and becoming a better artist happened here. So I pretty much owe like my entire like being to this area. So
Do you think that shows up in your music and like how you put things together?
I think so. Because I feel like we just have a different way of thinking anyway. So even like the beats I pick or like the way that I talk and like pockets I find and stuff, like all of that has like plays a role in the music I make, and that all just comes from my influences here. So
Makes sense. Like, want to do a little fast forward. So 2017, you dropped Shea Butter Mommy.
yeah.
that obviously gained a lot of traction. Tell me a little bit about that process, writing that, and the success of that song.
So that song was actually kind of okay, so let me just take you back to when I was late. So I had this job, I was working this job that was really, really lax, that I could record through. So
Shout out to that.
yeah. So so I remember having this beat from my producer Jalen, and like, I don't know, at the time when I made this song, the term Shea Butter Mommy wasn't really like a thing. Like it just wasn't. It wasn't like what it is now. And I think I just I think I might have been like dating a girl at the time that I really liked, and she like fit this description of,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So I just like made a song about her and women like her. And then yeah, at first it was just one verse. It was attached to another song. And yeah, like it was like one verse, and then like a lot of people liked it. So I decided to like finish it and put it up on streaming services. And then I kind of just like stopped caring about it. Like it was just another song. Mm-hmm. And then like almost maybe almost a decade, I don't know. A lot of years later, they decided to put it in a show, like a TV show. And I was like, wow, that's like Harlem.
Oh, okay. Really? I didn't even catch it. I watched Harlem. Yeah.
It's in the first season. I want to say like episode 10 or something like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, but
also probably a dope check too.
Yeah. Syncs. Everybody need to. If you're an artist, you need to figure out how to get your music synced. But that's just a testament to like having a song that's that old that you're not even thinking about, and then like the fact that somebody heard it and was like, "We want to put this in the show." Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that could happen. Yeah. So like I said, that was just a song that I kind of just made on a, you know what I'm saying, just kind of showing my appreciation for women and the women in my life. And then I kind of just, I let it be.
Yeah, I really love that song. And I think also like the title, Shea Butter Mommy, mm-hmm. I think Ari came out with a song similar, maybe like a little bit later.
Yeah, Shea Butter Baby.
Shea Butter Baby. So mm-hmm. I think that like ode to like the natural Black woman at that time was really popular. So mm-hmm. I think that was worked.
Yeah, shout out to Ari too.
Yeah.
Another DMV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I think just to the topic or the conversation around like your subject matter expertise or like your subject matter when making songs, what do you say that you find that you write most about, or what do you think a lot of your songs are like focused on?
Love.
That's fair.
Yeah, love or the loss of it. I talk about a lot of personal stuff. Whether it's like my relationships with my friends, family stuff, just a lot of things that I feel like people can relate to, but it's also therapeutic for me to get it out. So I really just talk about how I'm feeling at the time. Even like the harder songs, like the more braggadocious songs, I just was feeling like that at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that just speaks to me as a human being. Like sometimes I feel this way, sometimes I feel this way, sometimes I feel like I want to like do something crazy or maybe I just want to like chill with my girl or something like that. Like, you know, like it really just depends on how I feel.
That makes sense. So switching gears a little bit, we're going to fast forward to 2020 and talk a little bit around muscle memory. We have the Mystic Brew sample on there. It's probably one of your more popular songs.
Yeah, that's that is the most popular
song. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that project that you put out. As a fan, I think there was probably like a little bit of a shift or change in like how you presented your music on that album. So I want to talk about how did that come about and your thoughts on that project.
So in the creation process of Everything Starts From Now, I was like really, really burnt out. Like I had been doing the music stuff for so long that there was like a lot of starts and stops, and like maybe like something was about to happen and then it didn't really happen that way. So I just felt like, man, I don't know if I want to really do this anymore, to be honest with you, like professionally. Like maybe I just want to like chill.
Cover, like,
So I just decided to put like everything in me in that album. But I wanted it to be real concise. That's why it's 30 minutes flat. So I just wanted it to like, I wanted to hit all of these points that I like about how I was feeling at the time. And like, honestly, that album, like a lot of it is, I really just made it because I wanted my friends to like it. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my friend group, everybody that was around me at the time, like we was like real tight. So I wanted to make something that not only I liked, but something that they would like a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that they would be proud to put people on to and shit like that. Like, that's really why I made that project. And then also to just to show people where I was at musically. That's when I like around the time I first started working with a band. I was trying to like, you know, just playing with a lot of different sounds. Like I got a piano song on there. I have like a lot of jazz influence on there. There's a Afrobeats S song with
I was
Manny.
gonna actually bring up the Manny song.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot,
Thank
and it was
you.
very different than maybe some of the previous work. So
Yeah.
I was just like, how did you come up?
What's crazy about that is I don't even remember. I think the project before that came out like 2018 or something. But between then and when Everything Starts From Now came out, I had been trying a lot of different sounds that I just never like put out. Afrobeats being one of them, just because I love that sound so much. I really like at the time I felt like, and still like I feel like that's like the sound of the world, like the most international sound. I feel like before Afrobeats really popped, the most international sound we had was like reggaeton or something like that.
You know,
You know what I mean?
one could argue, but for sure, reggaeton had its time. I always say like every culture kind of has their time.
Yeah.
But
And we talking about aside from rap music, like hip hop
yes,
culture.
outside of rap. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking about like that's what they'll probably play at like the World Cup or something.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where my mind was. So me not being African, I didn't want to just put anything out and like disrespect the
What's
sound or the
authentic.
culture. Yeah. So so yeah, I just found a way to do it like in my own way. And I really had to credit that to Beyonce, the Lion King job that she did, the Gift album.
Yes, the gift.
That album pretty much told me that I can be American as fuck on these on these Afro sounds and like, but still like make it sound tight. Like,
Yeah.
like Find Your Way Back by Beyonce
Yeah.
is like one of my favorite songs. Period.
Yeah.
So that song made me like comfortable enough to say, oh, I write like this anyway. Like I write in these melodies anyway. It's just changing the soundscape.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened. It was like after I heard that album, I was like, oh, I can do this shit.
We would do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see your perspective.
Yeah, definitely. But talk a little bit about the just even just the title, Everything Starts. You know, like
Mhm.
what was the mindset of you of creating that title?
All right. Well, at that so also around that time, I was working on an album called Crash, which is funny enough. I was working on it with two producers, Jalen and this other producer. The other producer ended up having to back out of the project for whatever reason. So I had to start over. And if you look at the Everything Starts From Now production credits, I produced like 80% of it. I think Jalen did like 2 songs. And yeah, that was in the moment of me like really like feeling like I had to do like, all right, bro, I gotta do this shit again myself.
Start
Yeah.
from there.
So the album is like almost done. I'm watching the movie Juice,
Okay.
and I think I've seen that movie 1,000 times. So I get up from the TV, I go take a shower, I come back like by the TV, and it's at the little locker sleeve. So he's like, what? I forgot how he got there, but he said Everything Starts From Now.
Well,
Like pretty much telling Omar, I was like, nigga, whatever the fuck happened before that does not matter. We talking about right now. And I was like, that's it.
I'm not
So that's the tag that's on the album. That's like, that just became like how I felt. That really just put everything into Afraid.
It's kind of like timely because it's 2020.
Yeah,
like,
and every
kind of
time.
just restarted.
Mhm.
You gotta, the stars are real.
Yeah.
One of the greatest characters too, Bishop.
Yeah.
He did the singing thing.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
So-
Raheem is dead. Somebody shot him.
So you mentioned that on there you produced about 80% of that. So actually wanted to pivot, talk a little bit around some of your producing work. It sounds like that might have been the start of that.
Nah, I've been producing for a while. I just never really I never really cared to be one of them niggas that was like, yo, I produce, y'all. Like, I produce and rap. Like, it never was really like, I didn't care to do that. Because honestly, I only really cared about rapping.
Yeah.
So me producing was just another thing that I just could do because,
To help you rap.
yeah, and I didn't have to go to anybody else to get beats. Like, I can just, I can do it myself. So, but the way that I produce is kind of like, I kind of treat it like a hobby, like somebody that plays a sport for a hobby, but they just do it so much that they're like good at it.
Okay.
So I kind of just treat production as just like I'll just make beats just cause, or like I'll hear a beat that I like and then figure out how to remake it and then take whatever process that I found out how to do and then apply that to my own stuff.
I think it's interesting how you you're intentional about your collaboration stuff, like Javante or Alex.
Yeah.
Al, and you talk about that was early, right?
Mhm.
And so it's like the body of work is there.
Mhm.
How do you balance like, all right, the body of work is there, people can see that like this is quality, this is like actual songwriting production like done, and then try to foster that into what you do now, working with artists in that area, and then you move. So you can pull up, it's easy to pull up as opposed to a DM, like, yo, I got this track.
Yeah.
And now listen to this,
Yeah.
go read this, go to the booth, record it. Like, how much does that help now in the travels?
I think I'm pretty much conditioned to like write. So I can write something really fast. Somebody can tell me a story, I can write something about it. So it's like, I've done it enough to where like I could get, it's really just about being in a room. And then to your point about me being intentional about my collaborations, I'm a real big, like, I need to have some type of connection with you for us to really collaborate and that be like effective. Everybody that you just named is somebody that I know, like, personally, on a personal level. I think with Javante being the one that I know the least, but even our connection, like, he's like really, really cool. And he's one of my favorite vocalists. So that was like a no-brainer. But Al, Alex, Manny, I know them like for real. So it's easier for me to present them with a record that, because I know what's going on in their life, or like I know what'll like sound good for them. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa, like they know what's going on in my life, so they know what space I'm in. If they want to give me something, or if they want to do a song with me, and we talk about a certain thing, it's like it's easy. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we're talking a little bit around personal relationships. One of like more recently, like a semi-viral moment was when GoldLink did his
Front porch.
Front porch.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the front porch, he says, shout out
to me.
to you,
Right.
right?
No,
So-
it's fun. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I've known him forever,
Yeah.
and I feel like people didn't think that we were cool. I don't know. Or maybe we didn't know each other.
I mean, I think I never didn't think y'all were,
Yeah.
but I obviously know you a little bit more than maybe like.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
Right.
I mean,
So-
you know who I'm connected to.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So I know that that's not true, but
yeah. I think to the general public, it may have came as like a shock to them, or like, oh, whoa, he shouted out Matt, but it's like, bruh, like I just talked to him yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he really just did it just cause like he was in town. I was with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just shouted me out. It wasn't like it was a thing, but it wasn't like a, you know what I'm saying?
Front Porch is amazing. I
Mhm.
love it. I've been watching it since the beginning, watching you grow, right? So I think that was awesome because it was giving you an opportunity to maybe get recognized
Mhm.
in a bigger platform.
Yeah.
But I did, to your point, I see the connection, and maybe some people don't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
see it. So I wanted you to.
Yeah.
No.
What you about to say?
I said, what do you think about this, like, stuff like the Front Porch and like Tiny Desk around here, and how do you see it? How does it like just bring the music community together and like in the space? What do you think? What do you just think about all the?
I love it because it puts artists in a different space than just like hearing them. You can see them perform. You can hear them with the band. It adds a different element to their music. And yeah, like the whole live performance thing, that's as old as time. So like we have platforms like Colors and Tiny Desk and now Front Porch and and then various like other things. I love it. I really think that it's a good thing for music for consumers to see artists in that light. And yeah, and then like you may not be able to see an artist on tour, so then you see them perform on like Tiny Desk or something. It's like wow, they actually like you know what I'm saying? Like they're actually really good at what they do.
Yeah, I also think in the post-pandemic, post-internet world, there's some people that sound really good on a song, but their stage presence is like, or it doesn't really like connect. So those platforms give an opportunity to be a little bit more authentically connected to your audience.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely. Oh my bad.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely something that you have to practice, like being able to live perform and then also perform with a band, because like when you're performing with a band, it's not you and the band accompanying you. You kind of gotta fit into that. Y'all have to mesh, otherwise it won't sound crazy.
Yeah.
So, like figuring out how to use your voice as an instrument with the other instruments is just like it's something that really like you really gotta like practice it. Some people are more natural with it than others, but yeah, it's definitely something that you gotta like get good at.
Do you feel like you love being on stage, or is that something that you had to grow with?
I love being on stage. Yeah, I love being on stage. I never really had a moment where I didn't like it. I always get nervous before performance, but like I was just talking to my homie about this because we were talking about I basically was telling him something about somebody not being able to like use their words properly to me. And he was like, bruh, you gotta understand, you are a performer. You know how to use your words, and you gotta get in front of a crowd of people. And if you don't say nothing, the whole place is silent.
Yeah.
So you gotta control that. So obviously you have like a little bit more experience in the using your words realm than other people.
Maybe the regular person that doesn't do that every day.
Right. So it's I never really thought of it like that, but that's facts, because it's like literally if I don't say nothing on this stage right now, everybody's just gonna be looking at me and silent. That's it. And that the whole room is gonna be
Very
silent.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta move y'all. I gotta tell y'all what you like. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you think it's important to like some artists can just go on stage and song, but do you think it's important to kind of insert like between songs, maybe like whatever's on your mind? Or,
hell
like,
yeah.
Not Kanye around like
Yeah, nah.
but like he's
Yeah. It's definitely important to do that just to keep the crowd engaged and to let them know that you're a human up there, not just somebody that's like doing a robot. And yeah, just like talk to them. Like I know with me, a lot of the performances that I've done, I was in a space of having to win the crowd over. So I gotta tell them who I am. I gotta let them know like with like who you're looking at. So when they leave, they'll remember it. So yeah, I gotta connect with them. like I gotta say something that's gonna remember. I gotta make a joke. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like something that's gonna let them know that this person that they're watching perform is actually like a performer and an artist that they should pay attention to.
For sure. How much do you believe in the long game? Because I think about like last time Don Kennedy was here, IDK opened up, like opened up.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knew who he was. And I mean, you blast off, but to your point about like building shouting you out, I think for the longer time there was a myth, or really just this narrative that DMV artists or DMV people don't really lift up their artists, their community. But I feel like you talk about Front Porch and you talk about the people that you collaborate with, and we see what's happening with DMV artists being rising in the industry. I think that is flips. How much do you like emphasize the connectivity of this area?
I'm living proof of the DMV connecting. Everybody that was on my last album is from this area. So whether you know them or not, like that's just the fact. Like everybody that I work with on that album is from here. Manny is doing amazing things. Autumn is doing amazing things. You mentioned IDK. Me and him did a show together in Atlanta in 2016. Like connecting as far as like the DMV goes, like that's not even something that I even really think about for real. Like it's just like, oh, I like their music and they're literally down the street. Like it only makes sense.
With this pride.
Bro, and I never really understood it. I don't. But like an artist like Goldlink shouting me out is like he don't even talk. So like it's not he doesn't support DMV artists, he just doesn't talk. But like even on his album, he had BB Borelli, she's from here, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I've seen him have different DMV artists and different DMV producers and his, you know what I'm saying, his whole, so like I don't really see it. I don't really see the whole like the DMV doesn't support DMV because it's like I'm seeing it all the time. Like
because you're doing
exactly, and I'm a part of it. So I don't know. Like I don't know why people say that. Yeah, to be honest with you, like I mean, and I could just probably have a different view of it just because like I just view it a little bit more positively. But I think that narrative needs to die. But I think it's also up to us to kill it. Like,
for sure.
Bro, we're doing that now, I feel like, but it's really up to us to like dead that shit because it's not true. It's not true.
So how did you get into more of like that singing pocket?
I've always appreciated melody. I'm not like a trained singer.
Are you a baritone? Are you a tenor?
I can't even tell you. Like,
Okay,
I'm not.
So.
Are you really? Do you sing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's what's up.
It's not mine.
That's what's up. I didn't even know that. But nah, my mom is a singer.
Okay.
So she always had like some real good R&B playing around the house. Brandy's my favorite singer ever.
Okay.
So my ear for melody and harmony and stuff is like really credited to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I love Brandy. I like study Never Say Never and the full album like front to back. Like,
amazing now.
yeah.
When that is.
Yeah. So and then when auto-tune became a thing and I started playing around with that, I'm like, okay, so I don't have to be like a singer.
Just a singer.
Yeah. To like, you know what I'm saying? To get my melody point across.
Yeah. Okay.
But I also wanted to make it a point for people not to really
Good point.
I don't want you to even think like when I switch. Like I'm rapping on one song and then singing on another song, like it doesn't matter as long as this song sounds good. Like I don't even want you to like it. I don't even want it to register to you that I just switched into something different. Like this is just a straight through listen. If I'm singing on something, it just sounds good. It doesn't matter if I'm singing or rapping.
Very off cuff. and this might be old news when this actually comes out. What are your takes on the Drake and
Oh,
Oh,
I have a really clear winner.
I mean,
I think everybody feels that way,
who's
or the
your winner?
majority of the world feels that way. That Kendrick won.
I mean, I feel that way too.
Yeah.
But were you a person that was like a Drake, like I'm on Drake's side, and you kind of got like a swing voted into liking picking Kendrick, or were you always like I'm team Kendrick?
So I feel like asking me and anybody that listens to my music can tell that I like them both.
Yes, I like
You
them both too.
Can you say that? I love Kendrick's music. I love Drake's music. So let me just start by saying that.
Okay.
I think Drake was not prepared in the way that he should have been.
Yeah.
But I also think that he brought a lot of that on himself, because I feel like him dropping the album like Honestly Nevermind, which was like way left from what he usually drops, I feel like he could have put that out and just went quiet. But he didn't, and he opened himself up to a lot more negativity. A lot of people dissing him, a lot of people feeling a way about how he moves,
Yeah.
and him just being more out there made him more of a target.
Yeah. Sorry.
So then the thing that was boiling between him and Kendrick actually like boils over, and now we get this battle that I feel like he just wasn't even like, I don't even think, it didn't sound like he was like in it.
I don't think he was in it until it was too late. But I think, and also shout out to another person that's from Virginia, Pusha T. I think his restaurant. Yeah. So his restaurant across the street.
Right.
One thing that's in common with Pusha and Kendrick is they only went crazy when he brought up their women up.
Yep.
They brought up their family and their women. And I think, that kind of goes to the point around, like, you don't understand quote unquote the code. Like, you don't bring out someone's family.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I was team Kendrick from the top, but I love Drake. As a DJ, I know the vibes. Drake, Beyonce, you want to have a good party? Make sure you got those, right? So, but I do recognize that I think Kendrick was a better strategist. And in my personal opinion, people might shoot me for this, but I think Kendrick is a better lyricist.
I can see why you say that. I wouldn't put them against each other in that space. I just feel like Kendrick has different content.
Or different lyricists, probably.
Yeah.
What do you think it means for the music industry, for like this mostly independent act, Kendrick, kind of stepping on this machine that's like the machine that's Drake. Like Drake is like the industry got a big deal, got the machine, the algorithm is behind.
Well, I can't say Kendrick don't have that, true, because he's been a major label artist since 2013, 2014. So I feel like he was just a formidable opponent for Drake, because Pusha T don't got the same backache as Kendrick does. And I think as far as the industry goes though, I think it's crazy that Kendrick kind of just lit a match and then just went back to his cave.
Love it.
Because now
That's Kendrick, though.
Yeah, because now the industry is like shit.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more stuff going on that's not even just Drake. Like, it's like more stuff happening and more things coming out and things being exposed. And I think it's just like, I think it's a reset that we need. I feel like the industry needs a real hard reset because things have been going this way for so long. It's been such a corrupt way to do business and people abusing their power and things of that nature. Like, let's get all the niggas the fuck up out of here and let's just start over.
Start fresh.
And like this.
Everything starts now.
There we go.
It's our.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Everything starts from now.
I'm showing love, there ain't no dissing, nothing, don't even think that. Yeah. I let her get the aux cord wherever we go. All she wanna do is get high and listen to Rico. Yeah. My main girl love putting me on the shit like retail chapters.